In southern Kenya, the same land that feeds elephants also feeds families. But as droughts intensify and funding shifts, conservation groups face a hard question. How do you protect nature without leaving people behind? Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. We're so excited to share our research with you. I'm Emma Hugo. I'm Skylar Harper. We're in Kenya for 6 weeks, researching how livelihood initiatives are being implemented to balance livelihoods and conservation from the perspective of non-governmental organizations and local communities in southern Kenya. We had the opportunity to work with and learn from both the South Rift Association of Landowners and Amboseli Ecosystem Trust to learn from their initiatives. We worked closely with mentors from AET and Soralo, as well as 3 local Kenyan conservation students, Veronica, Cynthia, and Mercy. And with the support from our faculty mentors, Fran Henshaw, from the William Mary Entrepreneurship Center, and Dr. Floyd. One of the greatest challenges we face globally is how we balance the livelihoods and well-being of local communities with the conservation of wildlife and natural resources. And in the face of climate change, land conversion, and other environmental changes, there's a need to explore ways to balance the needs of people and wildlife, because we need each other for our well-being. While in Kenya, we realize there is often a gap in knowledge because different NGOs have a ton of experience and knowledge about how to run livelihood initiatives, but there lacks a space to share these lessons. Shared learning could help everyone improve. So we wanted to create a data collaboration platform that connects NGOs, letting them share insights, comparing results, and learn what strategies work best for long-term conservation success.
So what was the purpose of our research? Our question asked, what influenced livelihood initiatives to have a long-term conservation impact with the Maasai Mara and long-term economic impact on Maasai communities? And the second part of our question was, how can NGOs use data-driven insights they created in our final report to better their partnerships with the Maasai communities? The breakdown of that question is shown in the 3 objectives. First, we researched how NGOs make decisions on livelihood initiatives, not only by working with AET and Soralo throughout our project, but by interviewing additional conservation NGOs. For those interviews, we asked, how do you choose communities to work? What's the hope for these environments? Next, we created questionnaires that centered around asking, how do you evaluate success within the initiative? We asked both the NGOs and communities what they believe is a successful initiative. From the community, we got answers like, they're just making enough income to invest in livestock, but NGOs could believe success for their initiatives is the ability to stand on their own without the NGOs. Finally, we emphasized the need to understand the community motivations and participation rates so that we can quantify their buy-in with these projects. So, what was our methodology? Across the South Rift and Amboseli ecosystem, we conducted 37 ethnographic interviews, the divide of which is shown on the board. We had 3 different questionnaires based on whole year interviews. So, our key informant interviews were based on the leadership of the Maasai group available that day, and the focus group was the members. And then the NGO key informants are experts on the livelihoods within the NGOs we interviewed. Next is a spread of photos of the interviews we conducted. So on the left side was the 3 photos there are all the same women. They were very strong women with Amboseli because they developed the most tourist initiatives like Beaver, Grass Seed Bank, Cultural Bomas, you can see on the top photo. And in the top middle was a very secluded group, so they only were involved with the Grass Seed Bank and Kitchen Garden as they were close to the Beaver market. And then on the side right here, we have a group that only had a kitchen garden because that was the fencing was only built with sport.
Also, we really wanted to share our 3 main findings that we found throughout our research. The first of which being that effective NGOs co-design initiatives with communities. So there is an alignment between both the management goals and the community priorities. So some NGOs did surveys within the community to identify those major gaps and challenges and implemented initiatives accordingly.
which is more effective than maybe just implementing like a popular initiative. So for example, if a lot of groups in the area are implementing a beehive project, maybe not putting a beehive project there doesn't fit the context. So it gives donors a better idea of what to fund and how to create things. They also consulted community elders, workplace leaders, and those with invested interest and specialized knowledge, as well as NGOs collaborated on initiatives in order to share resources and knowledge to amplify. Also found that women really drove livelihood success through ownership and skill building, because women were able to gain independence through community management and ownership. It was their initiative and they ran it, even if it was supported by the NGO. Women were motivated to enhance their household income and well-being, be able to support their family, as well as gain skills, especially since traditionally it was the men who held these types of roles. And they also gained empowerment and representation through these initiatives. They gained a voice in their community and mitigating challenges. And it was just really wonderful to see. The picture there is showing a grass seed bank that we visited, and the women were weighing the harvest that they had, and it was just really wonderful to see all of the women. We also wanted to share some of our preliminary factors of success that we found, the first being market access. So for initiatives like beadwork, maybe they depend on the tourism market. So not that they're able to sell can really depend on the season and how many tourists are there. Versus an initiative like a grass seed bank, which can rely on a local market selling grass to community members for their livestock, or to local NGOs for grass seeds for restoration. So that difference really impacts the success of the initiative. Also, environmental factors, so things like drought and climate change, especially for grass seed banks, which rely so heavily on rainfall, and resource availability. So these initiatives have, fencing to keep out wildlife. Do they have storage for their harvest? Do they have water? Do they have the capital to invest in their materials, like for beadwork or for equipment and things like that? So those are kind of the three main factors.
While we were in Kenya, we saw that real change happens when everyone works together. When NGOs and communities plan side by side, projects fit local priorities and last longer. Women's leadership also really stood out to us. Ownership gave them confidence and made the initiatives more sustainable. And lastly, having access to markets keeps these livelihoods growing and adaptable. This is Cynthia, one of our partners from the South.
My name is Cynthia Pelakan. I work for Solar Agriculture Center. And this year, I was able to support the community student.
So I wanted to say thank you to all of our faculty mentors, Erica, Graham Henshaw, and Omni, as well as our conservation partners, Serralo and AAT, and our translators, Cynthia, Mercy, as well as all the support from IC and all of you who helped us along the way in our interviews, like the community leaders and women's collectives. We couldn't have done it without us. Thank you so much.
For people and wildlife. We work closely targeting livelihoods programs among the women within the landscape. We by training them during marketplace basis and marketplace literacy. We also train them on ensuring that they're able to build market products that can be able to sell in the international market through conservation groups, the network. We also have programs like land restoration programs for plastic plants for women. And we have had research through William and Mary Solomons, where we look to review our programs and livelihoods. We look forward to see how we produce our answer so that we can get our data to support the life of the ones we really need to. Thank you.